y'all want to, yeah, if you want to get
How are we doing?
good.
Patty, good to see you.
Good to see you, sir.
You doing all right?
Yes, sir. Thank you. Good night.
Arrival. Good to see you. Fidelity. See, you got charts here.
Yes, sir. The kids have the breakfast.
There's Kathy. I was looking for it. I said, did you bail on us? No, I get it. Yeah. Well, now we got to figure out what to do with it. Now that I said that. No, I couldn't believe that. Well, y'all ready to go? All right, good. Good morning, everyone. I am delighted to kick this off this morning and to be joined by Kathy Webb, Executive Director of the Arkansas Hunger Alliance, by Patty Barker, No Kid Hungry campaign, as well as some child nutrition directors from across Arkansas who will be speaking today. And I know that we have some people from the State Department of Education that's here as well, Stephanie Alsbrook. So appreciate all of your leadership on an important issue that faces our state. I don't know about you, but I had breakfast this morning, and my staff is glad that I had breakfast this morning because I act better, I behave better, and I perform better. And of course, you apply that to the classroom, and our kids who have access to breakfast perform better academically, and they behave better, and they're better suited for the school environment. And that's what this campaign is all about. Whenever you look at 1 in 4 Arkansas children are considered food insecure. When you look at the fact that we have 285,000 students in Arkansas, or 60% that qualify for reduced or free lunch program. And what I am very proud of the fact, because of the leadership of these individuals here, Arkansas is in the top 10 states for reaching low income with a school breakfast. And so Arkansas has done well, and I want to congratulate you for that. We'll look forward to hearing more, but I wanted to present Kathy Webb with the proclamation that I have signed today that dedicates March as Arkansas School Breakfast Month. So with that, Kathy, I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you, Governor. Thank you, Governor. We really appreciate your support for breakfast programs, Breakfast After the Bell. Since you have become governor, your support has been instrumental in the growth that we have achieved. You've written letters to school superintendents. You've spoken about this on multiple occasions. You've visited the schools, and all of those things really do make a difference. So we greatly appreciate your strong support. Also want to welcome the mayor of Little Rock, Frank Scott Jr., who is here with us today. Mayor Scott has been a champion for anti-hunger efforts for a long time and a champion for current programs that we're working on. So I thank him for being here and for all that he has done. The Alliance has been committed to the No Kid Hungry campaign for a number of years. Breakfast After the Bell has been one of our primary focal points, and it always takes a team to accomplish anything. So before I introduce the director of the No Kid Hungry campaign, Patty Barker, who leads an amazing team, I do want us to give a shout out to our person who is our breakfast director, who is all about breakfast, Vivian Nicholson. So Vivian, this would not have occurred without your help, so thank you. Patty Barker is, as I said, the director of the No Kid Hungry campaign. So Patty, with no further ado, thank you.
Thank you, Kathy. Thank you, Governor Hutchinson, for again proclaiming March as School Breakfast Month, and for the ability to highlight the positive impact that good nutritious breakfast has on student success. So starting the school day with a nutritious breakfast gives kids that boost they need to learn, to succeed, in fact, to thrive in school. So we're excited to announce a new theme this year and some new partners also, that in adding an important piece to our breakfast equals success equation, and that's books. Books and breakfast equals success. We're challenging all schools to not only increase the number of kids eating breakfast at school, but we're also encouraging those kids to read a book. Better than reading the back of the cereal box at breakfast, right? Bring your own favorite book to breakfast with you, or even better, maybe in the elementary schools, having those books read to them while they enjoy that nutritious breakfast at school. We want to thank some of our partners, Stacy Smith, Suzanne Jones, Lisa Bailey, and the entire Reading Initiative for Student Excellence, the governor's Rise Arkansas campaign supporting literacy for all the students across the state. For the Arkansas, for them, they're spotlighting the whole month of March as School Breakfast Month as well. For our partners with the Arkansas campaign for grade level reading, and their efforts to build strong readers early on in their education, and the Arkansas Humanities Council for providing books for our Breakfast Challenge winners. So thanks also for AETN for pointing their cameras at us and the issue of childhood hunger this year as one of our partners, and for Midwest Dairy to supporting our challenge. And please give a hand to not only these three champion nutrition directors, but our leadership at the Arkansas Department of Education. We've got Stephanie Alsbrook, one of our great partners, but also those cafeteria workers that serve thousands of kids breakfast every day at school. So let's give them a hand. And I mean lots and lots of breakfasts. I'm happy to report that the Food Research and Action Center's annual school breakfast scorecard released last month showed that Arkansas increased breakfast participation by 2% over last year. That is 66% of the high-need students in Arkansas getting breakfast at school every day. And these charts you may be able to see behind these ladies show a huge increase in breakfast, a 4.4 million meal increase over the last 7 years at schools, which rolls in USDA meal reimbursement dollars of over $13 million coming into those school nutrition budgets. And that's a big number. That's a big number. So let's get to our important folks here, our breakfast champions. And I first want to bring up Tiffany Snyder, the Child Nutrition Director with the Blytheville School District.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for inviting me here today to talk about our success in our school district with the Second Chance Breakfast as we celebrate National Breakfast Week. We saw a need in our district for our students to be able to get a breakfast so that they could concentrate on their schoolwork and not the fact that they are hungry, and that we took on that challenge. Since last year, we have seen a 35% increase in our breakfast numbers at our high school. The first day we started out with one breakfast station. A few days later, the principal called me and said, "We have way too many kids for one station. I need two." So we took that challenge on and opened another station. A few days later, he called back and said, "I need a third station. I need more equipment." I said, "You got it. We're going to get right on top of it." So we opened 3 stations. Students have enjoyed the 2 options that we do. We offer a traditional breakfast before school, and then we offer a second chance breakfast between 2 periods. We have not seen any negative feedback from students or the teachers. Actually, I've had a lot of parents call in and say, "I enjoy knowing that they're going to have something if they're late, or they just may not be hungry when they get there." Our district is also a CEP school, so all of our kids eat free, which has benefited us a lot financially, and we just take that financial positive side of that and we bring it back into our breakfast and lunch. And thank you so much for inviting me here today.
Thank you, Tiffany. Go Blytheville. And next I want to bring up Stephanie Walker-Hines, the Nutrition Director of the Little Rock School District.
Thank you. Good morning. I'm going to not read my notes because I'm excited to be here, of course, on behalf of the Little Rock School District. I just want to say briefly, I started this job about 1 year and 4 months ago. On my second day on the job, Vivian called me and she said, I need to meet with you. We've got to increase your breakfast numbers. And I was overwhelmed, but I welcomed her. And every step of the way, Vivian, Patty, and Kathy, and the wonderful staff has been very, very tremendously active in making certain that in the secondary schools, especially where the numbers were very low, that we increase breakfast in the Little Rock School District. So this year, in grades 6 through 12, those are our secondary schools. We have 13, and we have started last year into this year increased our breakfast numbers in those schools. Some of those schools doubled in their numbers. For instance, at Hall, when we first started the breakfast smoothies, we went from maybe 99 students or 100 or so a day to upwards almost 300. And so we've been able to do those types of numbers. This week, our professional organization, the School Nutrition Association, we're celebrating this week as the National Breakfast Week. So this week, we're wearing in the Little Rock School District secondary schools, we're talking about it, we're walking the talk, we're walking the walk and talking the talk to make sure our persons who work in our schools are wearing these shirts, letting students know how important breakfast is. We're getting ready to start testing. We want every kid eating. We want to triple those numbers in the next school year. So I'm excited that No Kid Hungry, the Go-To Smoothie Program with Baptist Health Funds, the Midwest Dairy chose the Little Rock School District by application, of course. And we, of course, receive those funds because of that application. But we are so grateful for the opportunity to put those programs in each school, in every secondary school, and we're looking for ways to continue to increase those numbers where those students need a good breakfast to start their day, to get their metabolism going, to get their energy and calories going because of the energy the food gives them, so they can be great students and contributing members to the Little Rock area and greater Arkansas area. So thank you all for inviting me and letting me just talk off the cuff.
Thank you, Stephanie, Little Rock School District. And thanks for taking Vivian's call on your second day of work. Way to go, Vivian. Next, I want to bring up Kelly Simpson, who is the Assistant Child Nutrition Director at Rogers, but she's also the current president of the Arkansas Nutrition Association.
Good morning. Like Ms. Patty said, I am with Rogers Public Schools. The Rogers School District has been utilizing alternative breakfast for about 5 years now. 9 of our elementary schools serve breakfast in the classroom. For our schools, that looks like a kiosk in the middle of the hallway. The students walk by, everyone gets a breakfast. They go into their classroom and they sit down at their own desk with their teacher and they eat breakfast. We've been able to maintain some really solid numbers in these buildings, doubling the number of breakfasts that we used to serve with a traditional serve. Teachers are telling us some really neat, unpredicted benefits. Students are asking mom to get to school on time so they can eat breakfast with their friends. Nurses are telling us that they're seeing fewer visits, mid-morning headaches and belly aches, either because the student didn't eat breakfast at home or possibly didn't even eat dinner the night before, unfortunately. Teachers are happy to report that elementary students of all ages are learning to eat together as a family, where they are modeling table manners and polite conversation. Most importantly, the students are more engaged. Our students are coming to school so sleepy. They're just dragging in. However, about 10 minutes after they eat breakfast, teachers can visibly see these students just come alive. They just pop up, they're engaged, their bodies are fueled and ready to learn. Our 4 Rogers high schools offer second chance breakfast to all of our students grades 9 through 12. We offer grab-and-go items between first and second period to help capture those sales from those students that either got to school right before class started, the athletes that had practice before school in first period, And they're teenagers. Many of them just weren't hungry first thing in the morning. That has been golden for our students, our high school students in Rogers. Breakfast in the classroom and second chance breakfasts have proven to be sustainable. It requires careful planning and monitoring. We watch our sales numbers to make sure that students are participating, as well as the menu items to track student participation. When we first began this alternative program, we did add a few extra hours of labor in these sites. Eventually, we found we did not need any more hours of labor. It just became our new normal to prep breakfast in a different way every day. Our administrators and our teachers have asked that we never go back to a traditional breakfast serve. For those schools that are wanting to increase their participation and to reach more students, I would challenge the schools to go find your students, take it to them, be willing to monitor and adjust, and never forget that a hungry student cannot learn. Thank you.
Thank you, Kelly, and thanks again to our 3 champions over here working hard in their district every day. And thank you all for your leadership and for your hard work and for recognizing the very important role that school breakfast has on student success. The Arkansas Hunger Relief Alliance and the No Kid Hungry campaign partners are committed to supporting Arkansas school districts to develop the best possible breakfast service for their kids, ensuring that all students start every day with a nutritious breakfast so they are focused and ready to learn and ready to succeed. So again, breakfast equals success. Thank you all. Thank you, Governor. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, all you leaders, for being here today. Thank you. Any questions? How can you do it in your school district? Call Vivian. Thank you. Yes.